Okay, so we're going to start by creating a folder that we're going to put all of our files into when we create our website. So we're going to, on the desktop, I right clicked and I clicked new and then folder. So I want to call this website. Now I would assume that you'll put this into your OneDrive folder whenever you're finished. So when we open this up, then we're going to, inside of the website folder, I'm going to open a new text file. So I right click again inside the folder and new, and it gives me the option to open a new folder, whatever, but we're going to open a text document. So this new text document, I'm going to give it any old name, and we notice here that it's called something.txt. so the .txt, that's called a file extension. So what that means is the computer is going to use Notepad, a program called Notepad that's built into Windows, to open this file after. Now I'm going to rename it and force it to be opened by an internet browser instead. So we'll open up this file now, and so I saved it and we're opening that up now. Okay, so when we open this file, we're going to start typing in our HTML in here. So HTML is the programming code, that language that we're using, and we use tags, okay, to surround the information that is going to be read by an internet browser like Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. So we start off with the HTML tag. So we have these funny brackets, these triangular brackets on the bottom right hand corner of your keyboard, and we have a starting HTML, and then we have a forward dash and an ending HTML. So everything in between these tags, so these are tags they're called, and they come in pairs mostly, but not always. So everything inside there is designed to be read and accessed and used by an internet browser. There are two parts of a typical web page. So we have the head, and then we have the body. So after head, I'm just going to have a starting head and an ending head, and I'm using all capitals here. Okay, it's just my way of kind of making sure that I break everything up into the component parts. So we have then body, so we have the starting body tag, and all the way down the bottom here I'm going to put the end body tag. Now most of what we're going to do is going to be put into the body tag, but in the head, the one thing we're going to use here is we're going to put a title. Now, so the title I'm going to use, let's say I've decided I'm going to do my website about Leinster Rugby. So this is going to appear, the words Leinster and Rugby are going to appear at the top of the page. So we have an ending title. Okay, again with those funny brackets. So that's the tag there. And now move it down to the body. So with a typical page, when we create a page, the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to put one word in the body. So I'm just going to say hello, just to make sure that my web page works properly. So now I need to go and save it. So I'll go to File and Save As. So it is going to try and save it as that funny name that I did, .txt before. Okay, that's the file I had already in this website folder. I don't want to save it as something.txt because it won't be able to be read by Internet Explorer. So I'm going to save it as a HTML file. And the home page of every website is always called index. And because it's an HTML file, we call it index.html. Okay, so that's the file name. And we're going to save it not as a .txt file type, we want to save it as all files. That's vitally important. And then we go and click save. So we're saving it as index.html and the save as file type, all files, and click save. Right. So we see over here now in the folder website, I have a file called index.html, and you notice here on the left hand side of it, there is the Microsoft Edge logo. So that means when I click on this file, it's going to use Microsoft Edge to open it. Whereas the old text file, this icon here tells me that it would have used Notepad to open it. So I'll go ahead and open this now, and we'll look at the two parts of the page. We have the head part and we had the body part of the page. So in the head part, I'm expecting to see the title that I put in. I can see up here I have a title called Leinster Rugby, and then I have the word, single word, hello there. So that means that my page now works. So that's the basics of creating a web page. Now what we need to do is we need to go and change. We can go back to this again and put more information into it. Okay, maybe think about graphics, things like that. But for now, we have created the basics of a web page.